Certainly proud of our defense today. I thought, the entire game we made it difficult for them to score. Rebounded defensively well. Created some turnovers. So some positives there. We're really out of sorts because we didn't really have a center on the floor for a fair amount of the game, most of the second half. Neil Quinn sick. Mike Walls is battling a groin injury. Ryan Soulis has a foot injury at the moment, and then Jai would be our next guy to go, and he was in some foul trouble. So definitely out of sorts, but we did keep defending, and ended up with not a beautiful but a win certainly today.
Coach Mooney, would you think that Neil's issue would be a problem as you get into league play Saturday, or are you okay with coming around?
No, he's sick, so I imagine he'll be fine here in a few days. I think he'll be fine. Mike Walls is the one that the last couple of days since we got back from the break, a bit of a groin. He's been able to go, but then it's sore. So hopefully we can give him, because we do have this bye in the first playing date, we can give him some time to heal and get well before the first game.
As long as you're mentioning that bye, I don't think you've ever had a first week bye before.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, there are 15 teams, and not everybody can play. It is what it is. It's ironic because I've always, we used to have one bye, and then I've always been the one to push for more byes and have them in the first half of the season, second half of the season. But yeah, 15 teams. There's a playing date, and everybody, not everybody can play. So it's fine. I mean, hopefully, it gets Delani. Delani was. Had the cast removed on Friday. So that gives him a little extra time. Hopefully, the situation we're in now, maybe it's something very positive. So we'll see. But otherwise, you can't control it. You just have to go and play.
Delani, possibility for Saturday?
I think so. We're going to have to see. He worked out today. He's been doing some right-handed workouts. And so we'll have to see. There was, when the cast came off, there's not a ton of flexibility. It's better today. I imagine it'll improve, a fair amount in the first few days. And then it's just a matter of, how comfortable he feels, how comfortable Andy feels. So I think, if you ask me later in the week, I'll have a better idea of it.
Could you speak to Isaiah Bigelow, not just today, but he's a more confident, consistent offensive player with a better shot selection this year at the field?
Yeah, it's something that we've talked about. Zay is really, a great kid. One thing, for us, he's probably the, top 3 or 4 rebounder that we've had. And so that's very positive. I feel like he's always done that. Sometimes guys who don't shoot well, maybe their rebounding, goes away or isn't as good, whereas I think he always rebounds. And then, coming into the season and during the course of the season, we've talked about, being more efficient, that's really a positive thing, especially for us, because he is a matchup problem. His ability to score, to shoot from 3-point range, and to handle the ball and do the things that we ask our forwards to do on the perimeter is very positive for someone who rebounds so well and can play physically. So, yeah, I think that I'm really happy for him. I thought he played well at toward the end of the game when we didn't really play that well, but I thought he was a positive. And I think he is much improved. And when he is like that, he really serves as a big advantage for us because he can do these perimeter type things, and we don't have to give up anything rebounding wise.
How about a quick summation of non-conference now that it's been completed?
Yeah, I think I feel like it's been good. I was watching games today, and even some teams are on the road for the first time. And so it seems unusual that would be how it is in college basketball. That that the schedule would be so different. You have some teams who have only played away games, right, and then some teams who have played only home and neutral games. But we feel like we've challenged ourselves and won the games we're supposed to win at home. I wish we had done. I thought we've played well and put ourselves in position to win on a couple of our road games. but we played really good teams, historically good programs, and I think that will prepare us, or I think that has prepared us. So I feel like if you looked at our numbers in terms of our percentages and efficiency and all those things, that would be very positive, and I think we can, I know we can get much better offensively. Defensively, I feel like we're a pretty good defensive team right now, and that'll be tested even more in the conference.
Start with that, and perhaps how that turned the game early.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think rebounding is, has been an emphasis for our whole team, finishing possessions. And I think early in the game, at least, we was doing a good job of limiting them to one shot and finishing possessions. And I think we did a good job rebounding, especially early.
It's been sort of a disjointed schedule lately in terms of number of games, and the last two have not been close. How do you feel about where you are, given the past couple of games, and where you're going with A-10 conference play headed your way?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think our non-conference was amazing. We got a plethora of teams that play fast, teams that play slow, teams with packed defense, teams that press. We got it all, and I think we're going to also see it all in conference play, and it'll all lay over, and we'll all, learn from our mistakes in non-conference play and hopefully correct them in conference play. And I think we had a pretty good non-conference this year.
When you think back to choosing Richmond coming from Wofford, what were you looking for, and what do you think you've gotten in this deal so far?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to go somewhere where I could, show my true impact, be very versatile on both sides of the ball. Defensively, I like grabbing a lot of rebounds, as y'all can see. Offensively, I like being a matchup problem. So I think my main goal was just to come in and be a quick impact for the team, and I think lately I've been doing that, or at least trying my best to affect both ends of the ball with rebounding and knocking down open shots.
Scoring's been up this year. I don't know for sure, but I think you're shooting a better percentage as well.
Mm-hmm.
To what do you attribute those two improvements?
Yeah, I think this year I've made it an emphasis to shoot better shots, shoot shots that I work on more consistently rather than, tougher, more contested shots. This year, I've literally made it a goal to shoot shots in rhythm, shots that I work on in pregame and on my own time. So obviously that correlates to my percentages being a lot higher this year.
Did you feel like that was, for this year, a necessary add because of the number of points you had coming back, especially from the front court?
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, I knew we had a very dominant front court coming in with Delani and King, but I think from the forward spots, I think I needed to up my game as far as being a more threat offensively. Defensively, I'm already a threat, or I've been. So I think, offensively, I just like to space the court and be a matchup problem for a lot of teams.